A Colorado pastor has evoked the wrath of the government after he opened a cryptocurrency scheme. Reports say that he pocketed like $1.3 million, and apparently the IRS got another $500,000. But first, a homeless man is dead and his friend is charged with premeditated first-degree murder. Now, here's the twist. The accused is identified as the owner of Starting Point Mental Health that specializes in, among other things, anger management. That's if we are to believe the news reports, and here they are.
A Florida therapist renowned for specializing in anger management faces charges in connection with a man's death, as per authorities. Travis McBride, aged 46, was taken into custody on Thursday and slapped with a first-degree premeditated murder charge in the demise of 51-year-old Clinton Dorsey, according to the DeLand Police Department and Volusia County court records. According to an arrest affidavit, a female witness who alerted authorities mentioned that the victim resided in the nearby woods. Responding to a suspicious incident in a DeLand home, police discovered a body close by, as stated in the department's Thursday statement. McBride was later identified as the suspect in an updated statement on Friday, with authorities confirming he was being held without bond. The police statement alleged finding Dorsey's body in McBride's car, asserting that the two were acquainted and engaged in an ongoing dispute when the fatal incident occurred. The woman who dialed 911 recounted that McBride had visited her door the prior night seeking Dorsey, alleging that Dorsey had harmed his dogs, as per the affidavit. The woman claimed McBride threatened to kill him, though uncertainties lingered about whether the threat referred to harming or killing Dorsey. Several hours after this encounter, the woman purportedly heard 8 to 9 gunshots, witnessing McBride shooting the victim. The affidavit asserted that McBride returned the next morning, warning the woman against contacting authorities. Numerous 911 calls on Thursday morning included a male witness reporting someone cleaning up the blood because he killed someone, as detailed in the affidavit. The caller alleged seeing the person dragging a body across the road and placing it in a car before departing. The female caller, who accused McBride of threatening her, expressed fear, stating she witnessed him dragging Dorsey's body into a wooded area, per the affidavit. McBride's LinkedIn profile and professional website identify him as the owner of Starting Point Mental Health, specializing in issues such as bipolar disorder and anger management. In a 2017 incident, court records revealed that a woman accused McBride of choking her after she upset him by handling his dog improperly. She opted not to press charges, and McBride received a deferred prosecution agreement contingent on avoiding violent contact with the woman, according to the Daytona Beach News-Journal. It remains unclear if McBride has entered a plea.
Imagine being a 9-year-old boy and abandoned by your mother. Well, that's what happened in France. This 9-year-old boy managed to survive for like 2 years, eating cake and canned goods, and he still went to school. Got pretty good grades, reports say. Mom, what happened to her? Well, she got 18 months. But first, the story of the pastor in Colorado who got caught up in this cryptocurrency scheme, and time will tell what happens to him. Let's take a look.
Denver pastor Eligio Regalado and his wife, Caitlin, face civil fraud charges for allegedly pocketing $1.3 million in a cryptocurrency scheme, as per a civil complaint filed by the Colorado Attorney General's Office and the Colorado Division of Securities in Denver District Court. The Regalados marketed their cryptocurrency, Index Coin, as an investment promising wealth, claiming that God told him people would become wealthy through it, according to the Colorado Division of Securities. The coin was offered through the Kingdom Wealth Exchange, an online cryptocurrency exchange owned by the couple, despite their lack of experience in the cryptocurrency field. In a video statement following the scheme's exposure, Pastor Regalado stated that The Lord told him to do it, but admitted to the $1.3 million allegations. He explained that $500,000 went to the IRS, and a significant amount was used for a home remodel, as per divine guidance. The complaint alleges the couple spent investors' funds on a Range Rover, luxury items, an au pair, boat rentals, and snowmobile adventures. Pastor Regalado acknowledged the lack of a clear exit for investors and expressed hope for their money's return, believing in a divine intervention in the financial sector. Colorado Securities Commissioner Tung Chan emphasized that Regalado exploited the trust of his Christian community, making extravagant promises of wealth through essentially worthless cryptocurrencies. He urged consumers to be skeptical of new coins and exchanges. The Regalados are set to appear in Denver District Court next week. A French mother, identified as Alexandra, 39, has been sentenced to 18 months with 12 months suspended after abandoning her 9-year-old son. The boy was left to live alone from 2020 to 2022, surviving on cake and canned goods, often without heating or electricity in the town of Nersac. The mother lived with her partner a few kilometers away and would visit occasionally. Despite the challenging living conditions, the boy continued to attend school and maintained good grades. The mayor of Nersac, Barbara Couturier, became suspicious when the mother took processed food products instead of the provided vouchers for food. The boy is now under the care of social services.
So what do we take away from these news reports? Well, there's a couple things we need to pay very close attention to. And number one is that everything that glimmers is not gold. I think that applies here. For example, just because somebody says God told them to do something doesn't necessarily mean that God actually told them to do it. Just because somebody identifies as a Christian or even as a minister, well, what is that? It's a label. I mean, you can take a label off something and attach it to something else, and what's inside is what counts. For example, you could take a ketchup bottle. You could take off the ketchup label and attach a mustard label, but what's inside of it is not mustard, it's ketchup. So just because somebody says they know what they're doing doesn't mean they know what they're doing. Does it make them experts? Another example is, well, let's take somebody who says that they are a counselor and they specialize, I don't know, just off the top of my head, cryptocurrency, or maybe they're into anger management. Do these people really know what they're doing? Is there any substance behind the label? Well, sometimes there is. We want to look for things like, I don't know, maybe a license or certificate of completion of education or something that makes them credible. But in my experience, and I'm only speaking from experience, is that it is experience that is one of the best qualifiers. For example, does this person have a track record in cryptocurrency? Does this person have a success record in counseling people in anger management? I want to know before I trust them. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, it makes sense to me. Join us next time for Primetime Crime reports that the national media overlooks.